Hi guys, I'm Kalila Reynolds and we're back with another episode of Money Moves brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. Now today we're talking about scaling your business, how to grow from, for example, 1 employee, which could be yourself, to 10 employees, 15, 20, 50 employees, even 100, the sky's the limit. And we're joined by Kemal Brown again. He is the president and CEO of Digita Global Marketing. Welcome back, Kemal.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so you are one of these success stories in terms of scaling. You started out with just 300 US dollars. Now you employ 15 people.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I mean, I think, all business, it depends on the nature of the business that you're doing. That's one. Some are easier to scale than others. In my business, I'm primarily a service-based entity, so we don't do product development per se, services. And really, I think it's about delayed gratification. That's something I preach a lot. I think, as a young entrepreneur, generally, we have to make wiser decisions over the capital that we allocate. And I think leadership's number one role, by the way, is capital allocation, or allocation of the resources of the organization, including both individuals and people. And so we have to kind of think about business in the context of what you're trying to achieve, how quickly you're trying to achieve it and what you're willing to give up to achieve the same, right? Now for Digita, for example, we started with 300 US dollars off of a contract, well, not a contract, a visual identity, a design that we did. I used that money to register the company, and we've been bootstrapped since then, meaning bootstrapping means using your resources without taking any loans, any grants, anything like that to grow your organization. Mm-hmm. Essentially what I did was I just kept doing sales. I kept going after business. I was the only employee for some time, right? I kept going after business. I would try and get freelancers to work with me. And one eventually, when I could afford to pay him a salary, I brought him on full time. And we've just been scaling up since then. One thing that I like to say is, we never bought company t-shirts until month number 9. Even though there was capital to do it, but I just had my priorities very clear. I think one thing that entrepreneurs need to do is be very clear on the priorities, be very clear on your goals. Understand that, sacrifice is what's going to get you there. Meaning you might not want to spend or buy new computers or buy whatever you think you need in the immediate instance. You might want to say, okay, let me have a recurring revenue pool. Let me have 6 months of even my salary before I make certain moves. And of course, one of the things that helps you to scale relatively quickly, because by 6 months, we had 9 team members at that time in 6 months. One of the things is going after certain
permanent team members?
Yeah, man.
Not freelancers?
No, man. People at work, day in, day out, came in, left at 6 or whatever you want to call it. Well, they never came in, actually. Because I run a digital ship. To pull on our previous conversation, speaking about digital transformation, right. One of the things that helped me to scale really quickly was reducing my expenses, right? So I operated from home relatively. I had a small section in my home that I operated as an office, and my staff never really came in, right? So there wasn't a lot of light being used because they weren't really there. We operated using a software stack that facilitated us working anywhere. So literally anywhere on earth they could work. Anywhere I could work. Sending files, use a lot of tools such as Slack, Trello, a lot of web-based applications, Wave for accounting, and these things really helped eliminate in many ways any upstart costs. So those recurring fees that typically stifle startups, we didn't have any of that. Rent is one of the big ones that you should try and stay away from if as much as possible. Clearly, if you have a retail location, it's kind of built into your, right. But depending on the business that you try to start as well, that also determines how fast you can scale, because we started with 300 US, currently employ 15 people. None of these people make less than $80,000 a month, right? And they're all of varying ages and varying, talents, varying competencies and varying roles and skills within the company. Recently employed our first manager level person, which was a big thing for us.
So you're not hard and fast on the 9 to 5 either then, as long as people do their work and deliver what they're supposed to deliver.
Indeed. Well, the thing is we are a task-based entity, but at the same time, the 9 to 5 does matter because that's when our customers are awake,
right,
or when our customers need us. So while, my team, what I found is that virtual work actually makes team members, they wake up earlier, right? So maybe an hour earlier. There's no traffic to steal those 2 hours of going back and forth, or maybe 3 or 4, depending on where you live. So you're getting much more productivity in the time, right? You're getting things done way fast. So we've eliminated email. We don't email each other internally. We use a tool called Slack. And that's for our file sharing, all internal communications. Literally, it's one place to share all files. It's literally the hub of the organization. And that tool alone, I would say, is one of the reasons why we've scaled really quickly, just because it's eliminated so much clutter. But what I think is really important is that you do an organizational design. You design your organization for efficiency, because efficiency, meaning, the amount of times you can repeat a process and get paid for that process, at least in this instance and what I'm defining it as, clearly will allow you to earn more capital or earn more revenue in a shorter span of time. So the faster you can complete things, faster you can bill, faster you can get paid. And that was a big thing that I kind of inched out on a lot of, or rather, that helped me to grow. I really believed in efficiency. I really believed in efficient communication with our clients, efficient billing, of course, efficient follow-up for the billing, of course. And it helped to kind of, bring in the money quicker. Also, I went after larger deals versus smaller deals. I didn't go and say, oh, I'm going to always pitch for a $15,000 design. I was like, no, I need to go after some contracts valued a couple million or $1 million. I found my niche. I was like, okay, where do I see all the other agencies are? Where can I be distinct, and where's the money within that? Where's that sweet spot where I can, target a certain level of entity through my expertise, through how we carry ourselves in the company, through our customer service, through the processes in the company that are so first world, right? First world processes. You email, you get a response within an hour. All of these little things help to differentiate Digita from our competition. And in short order, the respect that we deliver to our customers, they return that with capital, and we've just been growing ever since. I mean, there have been setbacks, clearly. Nothing is a, perfect engine. Team members go, team members get let go. You have challenges, you might lose clients. Some clients might take long to close, which is a big thing about scaling. Some clients have a 6-month close period, and it's like, man, but you have to be vigilant. And when you do get these clients, it's a windfall of capital.
Some clients take long to pay.
Sometimes, some clients, privilege of Digita. I mean, because of the respect that we've given our customers, it's been rare that we have payment challenges. I've never had a month where we've been in red, never, since the starting of the company, even from 300 US, because I really pride myself on being a wise capital allocator. I pay what I can pay comfortably, right? I give bonuses. I mean, there's so many little strategies that you can use to kind of keep people happy, but at the same time ensure that, if all goes to bad and you lose all your customers for like 6 months, you can pay your team. So I think, it's about budgeting. It's about being wise and fiscally prudent to ensure that, whatever you do earn, you don't look at it as, let me spend this immediately, let me upscale, we didn't start buying machines until year 1.5. Everybody had to use your own laptop, right? So, it's really just being wise about things, and then you can scale up and buy things that know we have a nice office, where the team operates from, and everybody's all happy and stuff. But it wasn't always starting like that. We're only a 3-year-old company. We're relatively young, right? We're still growing. We still have a lot of growth to do. But just because of how I allocated the capital, just because of fiscal prudence, we're looking good, in terms of where we are revenue-wise, where we are team-wise, and being able to afford the things that the company needs, like little treats, a little retreat here and there, little things that make, the hard work worth it.
For a 3-year-old company, not bad.
Thank you. We tried.
Thank you so much, Kemal.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very useful information once again. And you can find Kemal. How can people find you?
Well, you can find us at It's Digita. That's at It's Digita, or www.digitaglobal.com. Or you can call me on 279-1834.
Well, you can also check out Exim Bank's website, eximbankja.com. That's it for this edition of Money Moves, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. I'm Kalila Reynolds. See you next week.